Well, thank you for the interview.
Not a problem.
For those who may not know you, could you please give us an introduction?
Hi, I'm Yashafluff. I'm just a cosplayer. I'm also a student, so that's why if you ever go on like my social media, I talk a lot about medical stuff, which can be kind of gross for some people, but it's okay. They're still here, so it can't be that bad, right?
Yeah. So, what made you get into cosplay?
So interesting story. You know, like back in the day when anime and stuff wasn't like actually cool. It was like not that cool. So like in high school, I did a lot of sports because like I was like more of like a jock. And then in college, I had already watched anime in high school, but I didn't tell anybody because like nobody liked that stuff, and like to the point where it was like Gaia Online, like role playing Naruto, shit. Like it was like kind of embarrassing. But in college, there was like an anime club, and like I've never seen an anime club, so I was just like, oh, you know, like I guess I'll join, you know, just to see what it's about, right? So then I ended up joining, and then they were going to like a local convention, which I didn't know like was a thing. Like, do people who like this stuff like gather? So I was just like, oh, you know, I'll just go for the experience, you know, like it's not because I like really like it or anything, I'm just here for the experience. So then I ended up going, but I also like YouTube videos, and I saw that like people dressed up, so I was just like, oh, I guess you have to dress up to these things. Obviously you don't have to dress up to these things, but like convinced myself that like, because I wanted to do it, like low-key, so I was like, you have to dress up to these things. So I was like, oh yeah, like I guess you have to dress up. So then I ended up dressing up, and then now I'm here like 10 years later. So yeah, I think I really liked it, and I was just a fucking closet weeb.
It's so funny. It's exactly what I happened to me. Yeah, like I joined an anime club, and they're like, "Oh, we're going to a convention," and then it's the same.
You never fucking turn back. You never turn back.
Yeah.
You're like, oh yeah, I guess I'll go like once.
Yeah, it's a never-ending black hole.
Yeah, I get it.
Let's see. We understand that you had panels both yesterday and today. Can you tell us about them?
It was actually my first time ever doing a panel.
Oh, really?
And I was like low-key, I was like, what if nobody comes? But so like, because I was afraid nobody would come, I'd be like, I like told my friends like, please come support me, because if there's nobody, at least I can talk to you guys. But like, I always get questions about like how I do cosplay makeup, so I've always wanted to do a cosplay makeup panel, and my first panel was about cosplay makeup.
Okay.
Yeah, so I was like, people who keep asking me how I do my makeup, come to my fucking panel, and they ended up coming, and it was actually really cool. I didn't think people would come, but people did, and they brought notebooks and they took notes, and some really nice people afterwards told me like they actually learned a lot and were like asking for the slides after. Yeah. So that was
cosplay makeup is really complicated.
It's
like you have to also match it to your face too, right?
Yes, that was like my main thing. Is like you can't just look at tutorials and just assume that it'll look the same on your face. You have to understand like your eye shape, lid space. Honestly, you should have come to my panel. I would like talked about it for like a solid 40 minutes.
There were so many panels I couldn't keep up with.
No, I get it. Sorry, my second panel was about photo shoot prep, like from a cosplayer side, and then like communication. It's a lot more complicated because I feel like people who don't have experience doing photo shoots, like what to expect. So it's just things you should communicate, different photography styles, and you can't just like expect other people to like accommodate what you want. It's kind of like understanding both sides, because in the end, photography is an art for the photographer, and the same way that cosplay is art for the cosplayer. So it's all about collaboration and communication. That was my second panel, and I did it with Ying, a friend of mine.
How does Fanime compare to some of the other conventions that you've attended?
So I think I've told this before. I'm like a simp for Fanime, and but just because like last year I ended up being one of my friends was a guest, so I got to tag along. And I've heard good things about Fanime for a long time. I've been going to Fanime for like 5 years. I think this is like my 6th year. So like, friends who always love this because they're local, and then my friend who got to guest, I got to see the behind the scenes. And like the whole motto of Fanime is like for fans by fans, right? And I'm sure everybody has like a fancy motto about like certain things, but it's hard to find a place that like actually truly follows like their vision and mission. So like Fanime, I got to see like it's all volunteers, right? They all actually really fucking care, sorry for my language, but like they all really care, and I got to see it firsthand, and I was just like, wow, like I already love this con, and like all, like how chill it is and all the people, and now I got to like be a part of it. Super cool. There's just less industry here, but it doesn't matter because all the people are super cool.
Yeah, they really are. Do you craft all of your cosplays or like?
I do not. So I like blatantly say that if you want any tips to make anything, do not ask me. I do not know how to make anything. The only thing I do is like my makeup and my wig. And to be honest, it's like you should never think that you can't be a cosplayer just because you can't make stuff. I'm a full-time like student. I'm getting like my master's right now. I don't have time to like make anything, but at the same time, like I don't want the joy of cosplaying to be taken away from me just because I can't make something. But you should always be blamed. Like, I do not have any prop making skills or sewing skills. It's all either like bought or by friends or whatever. If I credit, you'll know that like it was from someone else. But
okay.
Yeah, I can't make anything, unfortunately. It's okay. That doesn't mean you can't cosplay. It doesn't make you any less of a cosplayer. It just makes you not a crafter. Like, I'm not a seamstress and I'm not a crafter. I'm just a cosplayer. I'm just a dude.
Conventions are always crazy fun. Do you happen to have any crazy convention stories you can share?
I'm trying to think. Crazy convention stories. I'm gonna be honest though, like I'm pretty, what's the word? I'm pretty introverted. Like low key, I just feel like I just go around and I meet up with my friends and I go be an idiot and then like an idiot in a very clean and pure way. Because and then afterwards I'm like, all right, that was too much people. So then I go eat and then I go lay down. So I don't really have anything crazy that I can think of right now. Because all I can think of is that I have an exam on Tuesday that I haven't studied for yet. Oh my God, during my panels, while people were coming in, I started talking to them about glaucoma because my exam on Tuesday is about the eyes and the head, nose and throat. Yeah, I have to think about it. It's all like head, ears, nose, and throat. Yeah.
It helps you study, I guess.
It did help, but now I still don't know any of the meds, so I don't think it helped enough. I'm going to need to talk a little bit more about it.
Do you happen to have a favorite character of any series or that you prefer to cosplay over others?
It kind of depends. So what's really preferable? Like for conventions, I purposely pick outfits that I can be comfortable in. As you can see, I'm in Pizza Hut Ningguang. Yesterday I did like Yukata Crony. Those are simple and comfy. Those are convention outfits. The outfits that I actually really love, I wouldn't wear at a con. Things are fragile. Things will break off, things will get caught on stuff, things will get smelly and dirty, people are touching you. Like my favorite outfits are actually not the ones that I wear to cons, they're usually ones that I save for location shoots because I do a lot of location stuff. So I don't have a specific one that I like because I feel like it always ends up changing, but I guess it's comfort versus like prettiness.
Very relatable, very understandable.
Yeah, it's just like I don't want to be at a con where I can get stepped on and break things and
That's exactly what I told him that last time too
you
about
understand.
cosplay.
Cosplay is suffering.
It is.
It is, but like
it's worth it.
Yeah, you get it, girl, you get it.
Let's see. Have there been any cosplays that have been horrible to wear?
Girl, let me just pull up my like cosplay list. Like every like okay, I am the type of person that if I want to do something, I'm gonna do it. So I've shot in like below zero weather. I shot like in the rain. I shot in the snow. So I've had things where like I had to tape it onto me because it was like the only way. And it was so cold that when I ripped it off, it took off skin with it. So there's so many, like every single cosplay, I could tell you the suffering that I've gone through. But again, like you said earlier, it's worth it. I can't even list a specific one. They're all kind of struggling, but you know what? It's because if I want to do it on a location, you don't get to decide the weather. But you know what? Like again, it's a collaboration, right? They're not gonna have another day that they're free, so you're just gonna have to suck it up and do it.
It's for the pics. It's all for the pics, right?
Actually, now I think about it, Signora. I think that was like the most. Somebody bought a Signora print recently, and I remember the story. Everything was like lash glued onto my body, but it was raining, so it was too humid, so things were falling off of my body while it was. Life is hard. It's okay, it was worth it.
Let's see. What? Oh, we have so many. Okay, we have a lot of time. That's good.
Sorry.
What are some of your favorite, current favorite anime?
So I actually don't watch a lot of anime because anime takes focus. Not that I don't have time to focus. I'd rather read manga. It's faster. It's faster to read. But the last anime I watched was Bocchi the Rock. But the most, I read a lot of fucking manhwas. I'm not gonna talk about those because some of them are a little spicy. But I think the most recent manga that I read was Oshinoko. But I actually read that like years ago before it ever came out and became an anime. So I had to like catch up to where I was. But I'm still not even fully caught up. I thought I was fully caught up, but you know how some websites like update it and some don't? I thought I had caught up and now I'm not. And now too many things are happening. It's so real though.
Yeah, it
idol
really
culture
is
is terrifying. I mean, we all knew that. If you like K-pop and stuff like that, we all.
Yeah.
Even J-pop too. Idol culture's scary.
Idol culture is scary. I've been in it for since I was 14.
Really?
Yeah, just local stuff.
This is why your hair looks so cool. There's certain aspects looks people have, and you got that vibe.
Oh,
I can see it. I dance like a fucking, those in those car dealer shows. Car dealerships with the little inflatable tubey things. That's what I look like when I dance, and then I'll fall over.
I actually do that on purpose.
Oh no, it's not on purpose. That's the extent of my dexterity. Oh. That's all I got.
Let's see. Best anime. Wait, no, not. I guess that's sort of doesn't. We understand that you've done some official cosplay work for Yostar and Hoyoverse. Can you tell us a bit about those?
Like what? What do you mean? What do you mean by tell you about them?
The experiences, how it's different than maybe your other shoots or just cosplaying for fun.
I don't accept jobs if I don't already like what I'm doing. I mean, unless they're paying me a lot, because I got a lot of student debt. I'm drowning in student debt. So sometimes it's worth it, but I don't know. I think I'm just really grateful that people reach out to me and like my cosplays, mostly because I'm pretty derpy. I was like, you sure you want me to represent your brand? But yeah, I'm not sure. It's just feeling grateful for stuff and opportunities to be able to collab. But I mean, it's work in the end. So it's work and it's tiring, but it's nice to be able to work with people that you also admire as well. You know what I mean? Because there's I think the last thing I did was last AX, at least in person. But we do small collabs posting wise. I don't know. I'm trying to think.
I feel like that's the reason why they chose you though, because you're very relatable. Everyone's derpy and dorky, and that's why we're all here together.
Aren't brands supposed to be polished? I'm just kidding.
I think it's changing nowadays. It's better to be more relatable.
I hope so. I did tell everybody I had to do a prostate exam before I came here.
Oh, did you?
No, not on me, obviously.
Yeah.
But I had to because I'm a PE student, so we had a whole male GU, genital urinary exam where I had to. Sorry, I don't know if this is appropriate for this, but yeah, we had to do a whole standardized patient where it was an hour and a half, and the patient walks you through it because they're also licensed to teach. Obviously he's been teaching it for 10 years, and they'll we'll be in small groups, and we had to do the whole. Not just the prostate, we had to do it all.
Damn.
I learned a lot, and then after that, I drove to Fanime. I remember being in the car, driving to the airport. I'm like, what a really fucking weird life. But it is what it is.
People don't know about this, but this is what I've.
My classmates think I'm at a wedding. It's fine. I'm not at a wedding.
So does this mean that you're a big fan of Genshin Impact?
Yes. I don't play it. Okay, so you know how some people are hardcore gamers? When I'm a student, right? So I think enough. I don't want to think anymore. When I play games, I just want to exist in a place where I don't have to think and things are pretty and I'm having a good time. So I won't say that I'm oh, she knows the meta, what are her teams, everything. There's no, Genshin is just a game that I can just roam, find things, have a good time, have great music. So yeah, Genshin is something that I actually keep up with, though I do call them my chores because I have to do my dailies.
The dailies, yes.
Yeah, I have to do my dailies, so they're kind of chores, but I do like Genshin.
Yeah. You went viral a few years ago when Yoko Taro signed your thigh. Can you tell us about that?
Okay, so my friend back there that you can see, she and I and another friend of ours, we were all in line because we got VIP tickets, right? And we were waiting in line, and we were at the end of the line just because that's just how it worked out. And I remember I was just damn, if Yoko Taro signed my ass, I'd let him, or something like that. And I was joking, and then my friend back there was just what if he signed your thigh? And I was ha, but what if? So then I just remember being anxious in line because we're at the end, so I had a lot of time to think about it, and I was just do I want him to sign my thigh? Do I have the balls to have him sign my thigh? And I thought about it for so long. But I'm the type of person that doesn't really prepare. I kind of just do it. I just kind of go with the flow. So once I got in front of him, I was I'm gonna fucking do it. I wasn't so nervous in line, but once I got in front of him, they're I was not nervous at all. I felt I was on top of the world, and I was just hey, I really love your work. Can you sign my thigh though? And he was just what? And he actually, I think he understood the English part because he ended up getting up and then getting on his knees and then signing my thigh. And I was just I don't even know. I felt there was the peak of my life, and I think that's it. It's gonna go downhill from there. But for now, it's been equally as good. So I'm gonna hopefully stay up there. But yeah, basically, I got massive balls, and I don't know where they came from.
So since then, have you ever had a chance to meet him again?
No, I haven't. Yeah, I mean, he only visits for I think a lot of events. Maybe no, he doesn't visit often for events, does he?
I don't even.
I don't
know
think he
him.
does.
Pretty reclusive person.
Yeah, he's a pretty recluse person, so I think that's why I had to get that VIP.
Oh, yeah.
And then also, my friends are awesome because I had like photo books, art books and stuff like that, and you only get one signature. So the thigh didn't count as a signature lately.
Okay, good.
But I did wear tights, by the way, so I do have his signature. That's the only reason I asked, because I don't want it to just wash off, right?
Yeah.
So I have that, and then my friends who are with me took my books and stuff, so they got additional signatures for me. So I ended up having all the merch. I basically forced my friends to come with me, and then they got me all the merch.
That was worth
Yeah,
it.
it was so worth it. Super worth it.
Is there anyone else you would have like an autograph on your thigh?
Oh no. Just how to narrow it down?
You can do like top 3, 5.
Actually, you know, I
whatever.
don't. I'm trying to think.
Doesn't even have to be a ranking. Just one person that comes into your mind.
Sorry, my brain is only filled
It's
with
okay.
anime. So I was like, are they real? Can they come and sign my thigh? No, that's not a thing. Right now, I can't think of anyone specific because right now I'm now thinking of K-pop artists. But damn, I don't even want them to sign my thigh. I want them to step on me. So like that's not right. I'm not sure. I want to just go not sure, and I feel slightly embarrassed that I told you the other thoughts. So, but it's fine. Yeah, sorry, I'm not sure. I can't think of anyone right now. I have to get back to you on that.
How about like not a cosplayer, but like which
Oh, a
character?
cosplayer.
Or-
I was thinking of.
Oh, it doesn't have to be a cosplayer. It can be anyone actually. Sorry, but like, I don't know.
Huh.
Yeah, just random thoughts.
Oh, we're talking about characters. I was like, Star Rail. Have you seen Kafka?
Oh yeah.
Oh, Kafka would fuck me up. Me. Anyway, you all understand. I'm sure you relate.
So what are some of your upcoming plans after Fanime?
I'm not sure if I can go to AX. It's questionable. Usually I go to the AX if it's a work convention because it's a big industry one, but also I thought I had to deny a couple of industry things because I thought I didn't have that day off, and it's like percentages off your final grade every single class that you miss. So I was like, I'm terrified and don't want to miss any class, but they said they might actually give us that Monday off, which means I can have all of AX off. So hopefully AX, but unsure. Yeah.
So if not AX, is there another one planned or not?
Maybe Otakon? I'm not really sure. I don't really plan. I just do things off of what I feel like, and then I just go do it. Even for photo shoots, I remember like getting Nilo, and it was like winter time, and I was just like, I want a beach shoot. And then I like turned to my friends like, we're gonna go do a beach shoot. Can we do it? And she's like, sure. So everyone's in a winter coat, and I'm here in like a well, it's in Nilo, so it's like a fucking like bralette and like pants. I'm like, we're doing it. So I'm like, my skin is like pre-editing, like my skin is like bright red from like the wind. But it's fine. It was worth it.
It's more stress free that way, I guess. Like not planning things too.
I plan once I get motivated for something. I think it's the ADHD in me. You get hyper focused on something, and that's when I start planning. But before that, I don't think about it. It's day by day. I don't know what's going on.
So any final messages for like your fans?
I think if you guys ever want to start cosplaying, just don't take yourself too seriously. Now with like a lot of social media, you know, you compare yourself, right? It's like, oh, I worked really hard on this cosplay and it didn't get that many views, it didn't get that many likes. But if you really cosplay, is it for you or is it for the views? If it's for you, you are happy with it, right? You're happy with the photo, your friends are happy with the photo, and it's easy to say like, that should be it. I know it's not that way, right? So sometimes it's just easier to remember, like if you're cosplaying for yourself and that brings you joy, keep that joy, and if other people like it too, it's just a bonus. So try not to take yourself too seriously. Unless you're doing it as a job, then yeah, you really have to like, you know, it's a job, right? You gotta be on point. But if it's just for fun, don't forget that this is a hobby, and hobbies are meant to be fun. If it stops being fun, maybe take a step back. So don't take yourself too seriously. Go have fun.
Thank you.
Yay!